Another exciting episode of The Voice 2026 aired last night. There were even more amazing moments from these contestants during the second week of blind auditions for The Voice Season 29. In some triple turn contests, the coaches from The Voice Season 29 were fighting for the artists' votes in addition to the musicians themselves. Whose The Voice auditions were the most outstanding last night? See the Voice spoilers section below to see our choices and their audition videos. According to him, Kelly Clarkson has always been his fave. He is country and would want to work with her. Hunter grew up in a little town in Kentucky. He got a job after college, but singing has always been his desire. During his audition, he sings Let Me Down Easy by Billy Currington. He has a great country voice and is a gorgeous dude. On stage, he radiates confidence. Adam and John quickly turn for Kelly as he enters shortly after. Thus, it was another triple turn last night. Adam Levine informed the coaches that he would make a country person go against the grain on this particular day. He will defy expectations and not settle for the status quo by adding a country singer to his squad today. We don't limit ourselves to just one item, and we all enjoy music, Kelly said. John Legend said, "We can coach and learn from one another." As Jordan said, he will decide to join Team Adam and clear the path today. Another triple turn has been won by Adam. We start with a blind audition because we aren't provided any backstory. He uses the high-pitched voice when singing It Will Rain by Bruno Mars. He actually sounds a lot like Bruno. His voice has a nice range and quality, in my opinion. I think he needs to be given more freedom and will do better with a coach. On his part, he convinces John and Kelly to push their buttons. Kelly said she could sing Bruno Mars for the coaches, which is a challenging feat. They both have loud voices, according to Adam. According to John, Kelly seemed a little unsure about him, but he wasn't. He loved his tone. Addy made the decision to join Team Legend. His desire has always been to sing, but he understood he needed a backup plan. That is why he went to school, and he is now in his senior year and ready to graduate. He did it for his family because he wanted them to be proud of him. His daughter suggests that he pick Team Kelly. At his audition, he sings for Tonight by Gwen. It starts off tough for me, but he figured that out. His voice is superb, and he exudes an R&B flair. He convinces all three coaches to turn in his favor, making another triple turn. John believed he made several interesting choices. He informed the instructors, "We chose you because we love your voice and would love to have you on Team Legend." Adam asserted that despite the power and force of his voice, he has a strong range and room to improve. Kelly proposed doing additional covers, but John said it's time for him to identify himself. The Voices Season 29 is already proving that blind auditions are still wonderful. Every season, aspirational singers walk the stage with nothing more than a microphone, a dream, and the hope that one of the familiar red chairs would turn around. The second week of the blind auditions highlighted all the things that spectators love about the show. Unadulterated talent. Tales that arouse intense emotions. Unforeseen circumstances. Of course, there are also those thrilling times when coaches try to convince a candidate by pushing their buttons. From strong vocals that rocked the stage to moving, subdued performances that left the audience stunned, Week 2 offered fans some unforgettable experiences. Let's examine the best auditions that left the coaches wriggling and the audience enthralled with emerging talent. A sincere voice that quieted the room. One of the most talked about performances of Week 2 was by a young performer with a voice that was both strong and fragile. As soon as the music started, it became clear that this was not going to be your normal audition. They chose an audacious tune. Many musicians find it challenging to perform this iconic soul song in an authentic manner. But the vocalist did more than just perform the tune. It was their home. The first verse was quiet and controlled. The professors listened carefully, trying to ascertain whether the voice could grow. The chorus then began. The room exploded with emotion. With amazing emotion and range, the singer's voice soared. In a matter of seconds, one coach pressed the button and whirled around. Soon after, another arrived. By the time the final note echoed around the studio, 3 seats had turned. The occasion was unforgettable for reasons other than the vocals. Emotion drove them. When the singer finished, the audience cheered, and the coaches couldn't help but smile. Soon, there was intense competition to sign this competitor. Although all of the coaches remarked how much the performance affected them, the vocalist finally chose the coach who had the most faith in their artistic abilities. The Voice's appeal as one of the most engaging music competitions on television was brought home to viewers during the audition. The coaches were taken aback by rock's unexpected performance. There are other factors than poignant ballads that contribute to a memorable audition. Sometimes a powerful rock performance shakes the entire stage. In week 2, a candidate who at first seemed calm and quiet was exposed. But as soon as the music began, everything changed. The vocalist launched into a gritty rock anthem with amazing fervor. People immediately noticed the gruff edge in their voice. One coach pushed forward in their seat, obviously impressed but yet eager to hear more. The high note followed. It was loud, daring, and precisely controlled. Immediately, the first chair spun around. A few seconds later, another coach showed up. The crowd erupted. By the end of the performance, all 4 coaches were standing. For recruits, it turned into one of the most fascinating battles of the evening. Each coach tried to convince the singer that his team was the perfect place for a rock star. One teacher guaranteed creative freedom. Another promised to help shape the singer into a modern rock star. After careful consideration, the candidate made a decision that caught everyone off guard. Moments like these keep viewers glued to the screen every season. A heartbreaking tale of a lovely voice. The Voice has tryouts that entail more than just song. They become into gripping stories about people. In week 2, a contender shared a very personal story on stage. Before they started singing, they discussed how music helped them through difficult periods in their life. The studio went hushed as the candidate began to perform. The selection of songs was simple yet moving. A piano ballad that made the vocalist's voice stand out. From the first note, you could feel the vulnerability. Everyone in the room was moved by the sincerity and honesty in the voice, which wasn't particularly ostentatious. One coach hit their button halfway through the performance, clearly impressed by the authenticity of the voice. Another coach turned a moment later. By the final chorus, everyone in the audience was silently listening to every word. As the song came to an end, the coaches praised the vocalist, not just for their skill, but also for their bravery and sincerity. The moment was made even more potent by the contestants' emotional response. Fans will remember this tryout long after the season is finished. There is at least one contestant with the potential to be a future superstar in every season of The Voice. It might have been evident in week 2. When a very young vocalist walked the stage, she was both nervous and excited. They admitted that it was their first time performing in front of so large an audience.